Underwood leaves OSU for Illinois, an Oklahoma senator resigns after prostitution charges, and how to get back your focus after coming back from spring break. This is Bullet Broadcast. Hello and welcome back to Bullet Broadcast. We've been away on break, but we are excited to be back with you guys. Here's what you missed. Over the break, the White House was abuzz about two main problems: the claims about the alleged wiretaps of the Obama administration and the hold on the new travel ban. On March 4th, the president tweeted out, quote, "Terrible. Just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthyism," unquote. Then, 30 minutes later, tweeted out, quote, "How low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon/Watergate. Bad or sick guy," unquote. This was the first time the Trump administration claimed that President Obama wiretapped the Trump campaign during the election. In the weeks that followed, all of the claims were denied by all agencies involved or accused, including the NSA, the British Intelligence Service, GCHQ, and the Department of Justice. When asked if the president would provide any proof about the claims made, White House Secretary Sean Spicer said, quote, "We'll see how the week goes," unquote. And in regards to the travel ban on March 15th, U.S. District Judge Derek Watson of Hawaii ordered to stop Trump's new travel ban. The judge found the travel ban discriminated against Muslims and was unconstitutional in his opinion. The Justice Department is now asking Judge Watson to limit the scope of his ruling so that the United States can immediately stop taking in refugees worldwide. As of Tuesday morning, the attorneys representing Hawaii in the state's challenge have asked for an extension on the temporary order blocking the ban. Now over to London to a recent terror attack that happened early Wednesday morning. A minimum of 5 people were killed and at least 40 were injured when a car, quote, mowed down pedestrians near the British House of Parliament building. Among those dead are 1 police officer and the attacker. A large portion of London is locked down, as well as Buckingham Palace. More information is still being gathered, and we will update you on any and all updates. Now, onto some state news. On Monday, a federal jury ruled that Tulsa County must pay $10.2 million in damages to the estate of Elliot Williams. Williams, an Army vet, had been brought in for a misdemeanor obstruction charge in 2011. When brought into the jail, he claimed to have broken his neck and cried out for help for at least 51 hours, receiving no medical treatment for his injury that resulted in his death. Oklahoma Senator Ralph Shorty resigned Wednesday morning after being charged with child prostitution. Last week, more police found and arrested Shorty in a motel room with a 17-year-old boy. Shorty is charged with 3 felonies: engaging in child prostitution, engaging in prostitution within 1,000 feet of a church, and transporting a minor for prostitution. The trial has yet to be set, but as always, we will keep you updated on any and all news. Now that we are all caught up around the nation and the state, let's take a look at something a little closer to home. Last Tuesday, the Stillwater Public Education Foundation hosted Taste of Stillwater, an event used to raise money for Stillwater Public Schools. Josh Wagner attended Taste of Stillwater to learn more.
In a state where funds for education are repeatedly reduced, it's no surprise that Oklahoma ranks 48th in the nation for public education funding. But one local foundation is doing its best to make sure Stillwater's public schools are properly funded. Founded in 1984, the Stillwater Public Education Foundation has set out to raise as much money as possible for Stillwater schools. Their mission is a simple one: give students opportunities they wouldn't otherwise have.
I mean, it sounds very cliche to say children are the future, but they are. And if we don't equip our kids in our community so that they can be employed, go to college, whatever it is they're going to do post high school, that hurts everyone.
Since the foundation's inception, almost $1 million has been raised. With this money, Bartlett says the foundation is making a difference for students in Stillwater schools.
We've put almost $200,000 of additional technology into the district since we started our Tech to Teach campaign in 2013.
One of the ways the foundation raises money is through its annual event, Taste of Stillwater, which happened right behind me this Tuesday. In its 20th year, hundreds of people showed up, making this one for the books. Since 1997, Taste of Stillwater has helped to raise thousands of dollars for Stillwater schools. With over 30 local restaurants catering the event, attendees are guaranteed to get their fill from the all-you-can-eat buffet. But while Taste of Stillwater is a great way to try out some of Stillwater's best dishes, some people said they didn't come out for the food alone.
All the fundraising goes towards the Stillwater public education system, so I thought it was for a really good cause, basically.
Stillwater's most popular restaurant, Eskimo Joe's, says they are happy to be able to give back to the community through events like Taste Like Stillwater.
We just believe it's important to give back to or be a part of the community, because the community gives into us every time they choose to come to us. And so us giving back to the community is a great way to share some of what they are giving us and giving it back.
So even though Oklahoma is only a couple spots from last place when it comes to public education funding, the people over at the Stillwater Public Education Foundation are making a difference for students that will last well into the future. With Bullet Broadcast, I'm Josh Wagner.
The event attracted over 1,000 Stillwater residents, and if you would like to make a donation to the foundation, visit spef.stillwaterschools.com. March is Women's History Month. It was designated in 1987 to celebrate the contributions and accomplishments of women throughout history, society, and culture. Delaney Kelly has more on what this month means for OSU students.
A lot of people will be surprised to know that after Black History Month in February, we jumped right into Women's History Month in March. I wanted to see if the women at OSU felt that this month was important and if they even knew that this month was something designed to be recognized.
I did know it was Women's History Month. Of course it's important. I don't hear a lot of my professors speaking about it, but I mean it is important for us to know the strides we've made and our progress and where we're headed, and so yeah.
Yes, I knew that it was Women's Month. I actually found out about it through Snapchat, which is kind of sad, considering I am a woman and had no clue it was International Women's Month. I think everybody should know about it and read up about it. I think that people tend to forget all the important things women have done in history and all the contributions they've made to history and things that have helped our country and the world today. I think it's cool that Nancy Davis was the first African-American woman to enroll at Oklahoma State, and I love that OSU recognizes her by putting this beautiful plaque outside of the building that I live in, which I love. And yeah, I'm glad they did something to recognize her.
After being petitioned by the National Women's History Project in 1987, Congress declared the month of March as Women's History Month. Women's History Month was designed to highlight and celebrate all of the contributions that women have made in history. Women's History Month is celebrated in the U.S., Canada, and Australia.
I did know that it was Women's History Month, and I believe it's very important. I think that society has evolved in just trying to create and maintain equality, but there's still so far we need to go. There's still so many leaps and bounds that we need to make to have equality, because it's not completely equal, and which is unfortunate, but I'm hopeful that in the future we'll be able to pick it up and get it together, because as women of the society, we are not stepping down, we are taking a stand, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
For Bullet Broadcast, I'm Delaney Kelly.
Holly published a special issue for Women's History Month. For more information about Women's History Month and to read additional stories, visit okolly.com. As mentioned before, last week was spring break for OSU and Stillwater schools. For many, spring break is an opportunity to get away from stress and class, relax, unwind, and have fun. But coming back can be difficult. Reporter Allie Bond has more on how to get over the spring break slump.
Spring break is over, and now we have to figure out this whole college thing again. How do we do that? Let's talk to a couple of our community mentors and see what they have to say about it.
For those of you that don't know, a community mentor is that person who holds floor meetings at your dorm. They are there to help you through various things in college life. Sophomore Rory Wang, sophomore Juliana Romero, and junior Braden Stortz each give their own tips of advice.
So I think it is really important for students to get enough rest, and then maybe go do some workout.
It's probably a good idea to go back and look at your due dates and just kind of prepare yourself, stay organized, seek help when needed. Don't wait till the last minute. Summer's around the corner, we're all excited, the weather's changing, but make sure you're not procrastinating, but still taking time for yourself.
Keeping track of tests. I'd say that's the most important thing, and just not being too overwhelmed, because coming back, I know I can feel overwhelmed when I'm gone for a week and all of a sudden I have to put all this stuff and get it all done.
They also point out other helpful and available resources to help academically.
We have like the ADC, we have the free tutors over there if you need those tutors. And then we also have MLSC over at the 5th floor library.
And events put on by your academic mentors to help you socially, with their late night programs in the Katy Mez area with activities, prizes, and food. To give you one last encouragement, Roy shares what he thinks about to help him keep going.
Think about like those people who are successful, either in college or like when they go out of college, get a really great job, and think about them and think about if they can make it, and they grew from a place that we are right now, and then they can become someone like that. It's great people, you know, and why can't we be?
With Bullet Broadcast, I'm Allie Bond.
Hopefully these tips will help you through the final 7 weeks of the semester. I know they will for me. Now, Montel Vita joins us once again for another sports recap. Welcome, Montel. Did you do anything fun over break?
Well, I just got to spend a lot of time with the family, and that's really what's important to me.
Good.
But back to reality we go. I hope everyone had a wonderful spring break, full of fun, happiness, and a surprise here and there. Oh, did I say a surprise? Wow, I didn't even realize it. I must have said it so sudden, so quickly that it caught me by surprise. Well, anyways, the men's basketball team punched its ticket into the NCAA tournament last week, and while the result wasn't what they wanted, it's another result that came more at a surprise. Michigan with a task at hand in Indianapolis last Friday for the Cowboys. After being down at half, Jawan Evans thought it was time to step it up, and so he did with a killer crossover and a floater to put OSU up 2. However, Michigan wouldn't go away lightly. That really bright yellow team kept hitting threes, and hitting, and hitting, and hitting, and hitting until, until they squeezed by with a 92-91 victory to move on. Well, it was time to wipe away the tears, pack the bags, and head home to get ready for another grinding summer under head coach Brad Underwood. Hey, wait, remember what I said earlier about a surprise? Well, surprise! After safely arriving back home Friday night, for Underwood, home was elsewhere. It was a beautiful Saturday afternoon when, bam! This tweet surfaces upon the world and all of Cowboy Nation is in a panic. Students act crazy. Heck, even players were in disbelief. But why? Why did this happen? Why leave? What was the reasoning behind such a surprising and quick decision? Well, Underwood said the decision he made was partly because of a strained relationship with athletic director Mike Holder. What did Holder do? Was it the money? Now, during last year's hiring process, people have to remember, OSU fired Travis Ford and is still paying the $3.9 million buyout. So whoever was next in line had to know they were going to be in the back seat when it came to the money, right? It was said that Underwood had more enticing offers than Oklahoma State. While Holder was willing to get out and spend $1 million a year on him, schools like UNLV and St. Louis were willing to fork up more. But the money obviously didn't matter at the time. So why does it matter now? Apparently, Holder allegedly offered him $2.2 million for next year. But I guess it wasn't enough to convince Underwood to have a sit-down with Holder. Now, this can potentially affect a lot. It can affect how head football coach Mike Gundy feels. This is the perfect time for him to strike and possibly ask for more money. It could also play a role in the hiring of the next coach. Is that person willing to take a pay cut if need be? So then the question arises, who's next? The crowd favorite is OSU basketball alum and current CBS analyst Doug Gottlieb. There's also been talk about the possible hiring of Buzz Williams from Virginia Tech and Tom Crean, who recently just got let go from Indiana. So the options are there. Who do you think it is? Well, I've talked plenty today. I'll let you all go. Be sure to catch me on the next episode of Bullet Broadcast. Sam?
Thanks, Montel. As always, we thank you for joining us for another episode of Bullet Broadcast. We will see you all again next Thursday at 9 a.m.